What is up, everybody? I'm Farah, and today we're going to be watching Angel Next Door Season 2, Episode 6. Oh, we were getting severe sugar overload in the past 2 episodes. Honestly, last episode was a lot more manageable for me emotionally, mentally, all of them really, all of the mentally, emotionally levels, whatever, simply because I felt like it dealt with a much more emotionally difficult topic, especially with Chitose and Ikun, but anyways, I'm excited to get into today's episode because it seemed like I think we saw Mahiru's dad, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a difficult conversation, a difficult episode. So, yikes. Okay, let's get into it. If you guys like to see my uncut reactions, make sure to check them over my Patreon to help spreading the channel and say hi to Leia. Leia!
Leave me alone!
All right, let's get into it. Big ass head. Big ass head for a tiny ass body. He's definitely Mahiru's dad. Oh, he's mad.
すみません。いや、こちらこそ。こんなところで立ち止まっていてすまないね。いえ、こちらが悪いので、はっきりとした確証はないが。
He's I mean, how often do you see blonde people in Japan? So.
私の両親は愛し合って結婚したわけじゃない。私を育てるつもりなんてなかったんです。
He feels anger.
産まなければよかったのにね。
He's angry.
おかえりなさい、あまねく
Don't.
ん。何ですかその顔。
いや、わざわざここまで出てきてどうしたんだと。
頼んだもの多かったですし、私も手伝おうと思って。
Oh, sweet baby.
そうか。
He's nervous. He doesn't want her to see him.
真昼に会いに来たわけでも、会った帰りでもない。
Yeah, what the fuck was he doing here? Or maybe he was trying to build up the courage to go upstairs. Like, at some point, he must feel guilt for being a shitty dad, right? At one point, right? Like, I know her mom doesn't give a shit, but please tell me the dad feels some sort of remorse.
どうかしましたか？
ああ、いや、なんというか。
何ですか？隠し事です？
Yes.
なんて言ったらいいのかな。
言いたくないなら聞きませんけど。
あのさ、さっきある男の人と会ったんだ。
はあ、そうなんですか。
その人は俺たちのマンションの前でじっと見上げていた。
Do they own the
真昼
building?
とそっくりの目で。
And hair just like yours.
真昼と同じ瞳の色に髪の色してたんだ。顔立ちも真昼に似ていた。
人違いなんじゃないですか？私の父親は私になんて興味を示していませんよ。
Mahiru.
私が物心ついた頃からろくに顔を見せませんでした。そっちのことなんてほとんど頭から抜けてると思います。今も連絡を取ることは。
This is so sad because I can't blame her. I can't blame her for feeling this way. And it's not like we know of anything that would make me feel different. But I think as someone who grew up in like a very intensely Arab household and a very intensely like, I'm the first gen immigrant, right? And it's not like I immigrated here young. I immigrated here when I was like 17. I think you come to understand that your parents love you in the only way they know how to show. And I think that's why I'm showing a tiny bit more grace here in this moment, is because I've experienced that transitional feeling and like growing up and realizing, oh, they loved me with the only tools they knew how to. And obviously my relationship with my parents is significantly better than it was when I was a kid. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love them dearly. It's just, as a kid, I didn't really understand, right? And I wonder if that's the case here, because why else would he be standing outside of the building like that? I don't see any other reason why he wouldn't. Like, the only thing holding him back in my head, I'm just trying to analyze here with all the limited information that we have, is that he's most likely just afraid that she probably doesn't want to see him. And he feels guilty for everything, but he does care in his own way. I feel like growing up in an immigrant household, you kind of notice that you're sometimes one of the parents, for me, it was my father, that like really cared about working. And for him, that's his way of showing love, because he just wanted to make sure that we were fed, taken care of, you know, had the best education that he could provide, etc., etc. I feel like it's different.
ほとんどないですし、あったとしても年に数回の業務連絡程度です。私に会いに来る理由がありませんし、 会いに来るなら連絡でもよこすはずです。そんなこと今まで一度もありませんでしたけど、あの人たちはただ血のつながりがある人であって育ててくれた親ではないです。私の育ての親は小雪さんだけです。
That's so sad.
何ですか？
人肌恋しかったから。
誰が？
俺がかな。
そうですか。別に気にしてませんよ。私に関係ない人ですし、私には新しい実家がありますもん。
Yeah, you do.
そうだな。
だから平気です。
Is it though? What's up, MVP Couch?
それでさ、もしあの人を見かけたら俺はどうしたらいい？
Say hi, I
別
guess.
にあまねくんが好きにしたらいいと思います。
Hey, yo, what's up? You ignored my boo.
真昼は
I'll kill
関与
you.
しないってことだな。
はい、隠れて様子を見ているなんて変でしょ。向こうから接触してこない限り。
Damn, she's grown very indifferent.
そっか。
あまねくん、
Mr. Couch, are you ever tired of watching this shit? Sometimes me, for real. I can't imagine how you feel, bro.
まあ他人の家に口出しはあんまりできないけど、真昼がしたいようにするのが一番だし、真昼が決めたことを応援するよ。
By the way, if you ever wonder how I'm reading as I'm drinking this gigantic cup, I actually can't see what's in front of me, so I look to my side because my OBS is on the left, and I can see the screen through that, and I can still read. A lot of you people are like wondering, how are you reading this fast? Bitch, I have two screens watching the same anime. I can look here. Trust me.
だとなったらさらってやるから安心しとけ。
I'm glad she feels safe somewhere.
よくわからないんだよな。
Burger, because in case you were curious of what they sold.
ちょっと悩み事。あまねが口に出すほど悩むって珍しいな。
どれ、お兄さんが聞いてやろ
俺より後に生まれたくせに。
う。細かいことはいいんだよ。
He has more experience.
今まで向こうから関わりを絶っていた人間が急に接触しようとしてきたとして、相手は何を考えているんだと思う。
これ
Reconciliation.
あまねのこと？
ノーコメント。
そうだな。相手のことが気になってる
Yeah,
のは
based on
確かだな。
intentions, right?
間柄がどんなものかはわからないけど、あり得るとすれば行動で伝えなければならない重要な要件を持ってきた。もしくは
Fair. What if they
何か
broke
関わり
up?
たいと思わせるような心変わりがあったとかかな。
Perhaps.
心変わり。
さすがに内容まではわからないけどな。
そりゃそうだ。
まあ、好きな人のために頑張れワコードよ。お前案外わかりやすいよな。自
Truly.
分のことなら自分って言うだろ。
うるせえ。急に接触しようとする理由。重要な要件。
I love how much he's taking care of this burden for her because he doesn't want her to deal
私
with
の
it.
父親は
How
私になんて
sweet.
興味を示していませんよ。
That's
興味が
so
ないなら様子を
heartbreaking.
見に来たりはしないよな。
That's what I'm saying.
何かありましたか？帰ってきてから様子が変なのですけど。
Ever since you got home, yeah. Yeah, y'all live together for real.
あ、
Guys,
私に
why don't we say live together in the same apartment and, you know, cut on rent? Honestly. It's more economic this way, okay? And then Couchkin can have like a fucking buddy. He can have Mahiru's couch as a buddy. Come on, guys.
聞きたくないことなら無理には聞きません。
She says that, but then he always tells her.
真昼が聞きたくないかもしれないというか。
ああ、そういうことですか。
Daddy.
あの人
だだ
がまたこの辺りにいたのですね。
いや、そうじゃなくて、俺宛てに手紙が。宛名には椎名朝日って書かれてた。
Dada.
うちの父親ですね。読むならどうぞ。しばらく席を外しましょうか。
いや、なんつうか、
Probably wants you to read it with him.
そばにいてほしいというか。
手紙の内容を私に知らせるかどうかは、あまねくんに任せます。
She's so nice. I would have been all up in that. Let me read it first. Oh my god. She's so
なん
nice.
か、俺に会いたいそうで。
娘ではなくあまねくんにです。
Can I tell you why? See, for her, she's so indifferent and just like, I think she holds a lot of resentment. And now she's holding it from a point of strength because she has someone like Amane in her life that taught her how to love herself. or that she deserves love. Versus in last season, it came from a point of weakness and like deep sadness and feeling like she was never going to be enough for anyone. Anyways, besides the point, that's not what I was trying to focus on. I don't know how I got here. Anyways, I think he's trying to reach out to Amane versus her because at this point, he feels like it's beyond resolution with her. He feels like he's let her down. He doesn't deserve time with her, probably. So I feel like he's probably trying to take care of her through him. That's just my opinion or my prediction, I guess.
いえ、怒っているとかではなくて、純粋に意味が
And for
わから
her,
ない
it
の
would be
で
awful to hope, right?
なぜ天音
Because at this
君
point, she
に会おう
probably
として
hoped a
るのか
million times and been let down a million times in one.
普通なら娘に男が近寄っているからとかだけど。
ありえませんね。今まで放置していたのに今さら口出しするなんて。何を企んでいるのかは知りませんが、他人に害をなす人でもないと思うので、そこは安心していいですよ。行くも行かないも天音くんの自由です。
Hey. What a tough life, man.
お待たせしました。椎名朝日さん。はじめましてではないけど、こうして互いを認識した状態で会話するのは初めてかな。ええ、そうですね。話自体は真昼から。
Look at the angry look on his face, brother. He feels shame. I can tell.
すまないね。急な申し出を受けてくれて。わざわざ俺を呼び出したの
So he doesn't feel like he deserves it.
気になりましたので。俺ではなくて真昼に会うべきではと思いますけどね。それを言われるとそうだけど。
Dude, look at how fucking intense he's being. Oh, he is protective.
あの子は
Called it.
僕と会いたくないだろうからね。
Called it.
君も多分僕にいろいろと聞きたいことがあるのだろう。好きなものを頼んでいいよ。貴重な夏休み最終日にこちらから呼び出してしまったからね。
He's keeping up with the schedule of school. You wouldn't know that if you weren't.
俺に何の用ですか？そうだね。娘とお付き合いしているみたいだから、あの子がどんな風に過ごしているのか聞いてみたかった。別に普通ですよ。
Oh, he's mad.
警戒してるね。されないと思うのですか？そうだね。
I'm so glad she has someone protecting her. I'm so glad.
さて、どうしたものか。真昼の母親みたいな娘に冷酷な人だったら少しは強気に出られただろうな。
He cares, though. You can tell he
俺からも
cares.
聞きたいのですが、
You can tell he cares.
今さらわざわざ真昼に近づこうとしていたのは
I don't think he
なぜですか？
is. I think he's just trying to check in on her. I don't think he's trying to reconnect at
君
all.
は本当にあの子を
About
大切に
my
しているの？
girl. Now he cares. Oh, this man cares. This man cares. He just didn't know how to show it. Oh, that makes me really sad. That actually breaks my heart a little. Oh, I think it's hard for me to watch this part. I think because it's relatable to me, at least. That feeling of you feel like no parent cares about you, but in reality they care just in the only way they know how, and you kind of end up coming to terms with it later on in your life. But I'm just really glad that Mahiru has someone that can like see that for her instead of having to face it herself. Oh shit.
別に連れ戻そうとかそういうことは考えていないよ。君が心配
You
する
could tell
ような
he's
あの子
shocked.
の
He
生活を
realized he
脅かすよう
cares.
な真似をするつもりはない。少なくとも僕にはあの子の今ある生活を邪魔する権利はないし、しようとも思っていないからね。
He just wanted to check in.
では、本当になぜ真昼に接触を図るのですか？
I don't think he is.
そう聞かれると説明が難しいね。顔を見に来ただけなんだよ。あなたから真昼を捨てたというのに、君もはっきり言うんだね。
Do you blame him?
朝日さん、ご自分がなさったことを理解しているのですね。いつまでも目を背けていられないからね。僕と妻はあの子の親と名乗れるようなことはしてきていない。非難されて当然だよ。なんでもっと早く。
Habibi, he's so sad for her.
なんでもっと早く。真昼に手を差し伸べてやらなかったんだよ。困るなら産まなければよかったのに。これ誰が言ったと思いますか？真昼本人が言ったんです。
You know, it breaks my heart a little bit because in a way, like Mahiru stood up for him. And now he's doing it for her. Man, they really feel each other's pain. Fuck.
あなたたちがそう言わせるくらいに真昼を追い詰めたんです。そうだね。真昼を放置しておいて今さら後悔するくらいなら最初からそんな態度を取らなければよかったんです。
You can't change the past.
真昼はあんなに傷つかずに済んだのに。
Money. Oh.
返す言葉もないよ。
Because he knows he's wrong.
聞きたいことはまだあるから。いいえ。では僕からも一つだけ聞かせてくれないかな。どうぞ。あの子は今
My girl. Sweet.
それは本人に聞かないと。
Yeah, I don't think he has the courage to. But I think she is. I think she's very happy right now.
俺が幸せにしたいと思っています。
Oh.
幸せにする自信もありますし、幸せにしてみせます。そうか。それが聞けてよかった。
Oh, he cares. Okay. Oh, he's bowing to him.
僕が頼める義理ではないけれど、あの子のことをお願いします。
I knew it.
頼まれなくとも幸せにしますので。
He's still resentful. Don't blame you though. Oh yeah, you can tell he feels deep sadness about this. But that gives me hope that it could be fixed. Maybe one day.
話してきたよ。
そうですか。
真昼が恐れているようなことはなかったよ。話した内容は言った方がいい。
どちらでも。
朝日さんは真昼をどうこうするつもりはないというのは確かだ。
Habibi, she's fully like detached emotionally to prevent herself from
わざわざ私
being
の
hurt,
顔
I
に
think.
俺から見た感想だけど、
I don't think it's ever late.
朝日さんは真昼のことを
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's ever late. I feel like as kids, we always cut that line pretty harshly. And we say these things like, oh, it's too late. They'll never be able to make up for it. Until they do. Until they show up the way that we need them. The thing is that rarely happens for most people. And that breaks my fucking heart. But it's a shocking realization to realize that gap that you have in your heart. And when a parent shows up the way that you need them to for the first time, it actually feels so relieving, I think is the word. It's almost like your parenticized child version of yourself inside feels the right to feel like a child for the first time.
どうでもいいと思っているようには見えなかったよ。
Oh, shit.
正直な話、私は親という存在がよくわからないので、どれだけいい子にしていても見てくれなかった。だから、
Baby.
私が手を伸ばすのをやめるのは当然のことです。期待しなくなるのも当然のことです。
Sweet baby.
本当に、なんで今さら。
When you're happy, when you don't need them
もっ
anymore.
と早ければ、私はわ
真昼はどうしたい？
かりません。ただ、私は今のままでいい
She's too scared to disrupt
今
this
更出てこられても
present, the happiness that she
私はあ
feels
の
now.
人を正しく親と認識できません。私は娘としておかしいのでしょうか。
Not at all.
それは人の見方によって変わるから一概には言えないよ。ただ真昼の考え方になってもおかしくないと思うし、それを否定しない。真昼がそう思うならそれでいいと思う。俺は真昼が選んだことを支持
At
す
the
る
end of the day, your situation is a normal
何
angel.
があっても支えるから、ずっとそばにいるから。不安になったらいつでも寄りかかってくれ。
どうにそばにいてくれますか。
Yeah, fuck yeah, he will.
じゃあ帰りたくないです。
Habibi.
無理にしないでください。って言ったら、あまねくんは受け入れてくれるのですか。
Habibi, she has such an intense abandonment
真昼が
wound.
望むならずっとそばにいるよ。ずっと隣にいるから。予行演習で泊まってみる。心配しな
Sweet
くても
baby.
真昼は一人にはならないから安心してくれ。
Never. And you have 2 parents on your side now. They would beat ass. Including your friends, by the way. You have an army of people. And then all of us as well. I swear to God, I'll isekai myself into this world and beat ass. On God. Just as long as I don't get isekai to the couch, then I'm good. That would be a real problem for me.
真昼は泊まりはしなかった。
No, I'm sure she did, actually. I'm sure she's in the bathroom or some shit.
無理してないといいけどな。
おはようございます。
おはよう。ちゃんと寝られたか。
あまねくんが心配するほどへこんでいませ
Did
んし
she not sleep over?
もう大丈夫ですよ。忘れ物はないですか？
特にないと思うけど。
本当に？
むしろ
She wants to kiss.
疑うんだ。
こちらをお忘れでは、
Oh, okay.
始業式があるのですから、みなりはしっかりするべきです。どうかしましたか？
いや、なんでもないよ。俺も幸せ者だなと思っただけ。
You really are.
それは結構ですけど、あまねくんは時々うっかりさんですよね。
まあな。真昼がいるから油断するというか。
まったくもう仕方ない人ですね。
Man, these last few episodes have been so nice. And not cringe for me to watch at all. This has been enjoyable for me, frankly. I've been saying it like, why are we watching this show? But I'm so glad that we got into more emotional topics rather than just we're making out on this couch again. Not that obviously this has a time and place. It's just tough for me to watch when it's the entire episode. But this episode is a little harder, I think. Especially for me. I'm sure a lot of you probably relate to that feeling as well though, but I'm just saying I can't really tell how y'all feel right now, so I'm just gonna talk about me right now. But I think the parent-child relationship is such a delicate one because at the end of the day, a lot of people become parents too soon and they aren't ready to be parents or they don't have the tools ready to be parents. I find that a lot of really good people end up becoming parents when they're not ready to be, and in turn don't really end up being parents, but rather people with children. And that is a very brutal reality, I think, that a lot of children live in. Mahiru is unfortunately a product of that, and it really breaks my heart to see the polarity of family life with Amane and then family life with Mahiru. And it seems that Mahiru's mother isn't really ready by any means to become a parent, or frankly interested in becoming a parent, whereas her father actually cares in his own strange way. And I feel so bad for Mahiru because she even said, like, why now? Like, when she doesn't care, when she doesn't need him, he's showing up in that way. Thing is though, I think because he's so aware of that reality, he refuses to interrupt. He doesn't want to interrupt, so he found a way to reach out to her without reaching out to her directly. And she said like she could never see him as a father, but I think that journey is lifelong, to be honest. I don't think that's something that can be fixed quickly in any way, shape, or form. I feel like she's gonna have to see him as a person first. I feel like a lot of us who have damaged relationships with our parents, especially in childhood, go through this grieving period of grieving a childhood we never got to have, and then the acceptance of the fact that these are damaged people at the end of the day. And I feel like she has to get to know him as a person first and understand the damage that there was, and then accept that as a father, maybe, if ever. But it's a hard pill to swallow and a hard journey to go through, in my personal opinion. That journey of like acceptance and grief of the childhood you never got to have. But oof, tough topic today. Tough topic, and my hands are inflamed. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching today's episode with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys next time.